Hey everybody, my name is Adam, and in this video series, what I'm doing is sharing the top 20 things that I've learned over 20 years of full-time youth ministry, hoping to add some value to you guys who are serving as youth pastors in whatever context that you're serving in. Today, I want to talk about this principle that I think I've discerned and discovered that I think applies to youth ministry, and the principle is this, is that less is more. When it comes to programming and production and pretty much everything in youth ministry other than relationships. When it comes to relationships, more is more. Now what I mean by this whole thing is this. When I started out in youth ministry, I just thought I need to do as much as humanly possible. The more things, the better. I'm talking like when I very first was a rookie in youth ministry, I was single, I was interning, living with my parents, and I just was like, more is better. When it comes to if one event is good, 2 events is better. If 2 events is better, 4 events is better than that. I spent literally, there was weeks when I was giving 100 hours a week to the youth ministry, and it was good in many ways, but it was also bad in some ways. And over the years, what I've discovered is I'm a person who goes hard and wants to do a lot, but I've learned gradually that actually less can be better than more if you do fewer things and do them better rather than a bunch of things and have those bunch of things all be not as great, okay? A few things done with excellence, I believe, is better than a bunch of things done average. Less is more if you're doing less for the sake of doing the less you're doing better. So less events but better events, less programming but better programming, less of whatever it is, but doing the few things better and better and better. However, the caveat to that is when it comes to relationships with youth, which youth ministry is mostly about, I think more is more. Like there's no substitute for time in relationships. You can't just do really quality time without quantity time, if that makes sense. So when it comes to relational things, relationships are the one thing that you just need more of in order for the relationships to get better, if that makes sense. So if you're doing things that are specifically relational things, then if you can do them more, it's better. If you're doing things that are programmatic or things of that nature, events or anything, I believe that less is more, and then do them with more excellence, okay? So that is the concept that I want to give you today. I could go into that in lots of detail. If you want information, details, thoughts, opinions, shoot me a message. Literally, direct message me and shoot me a comment or a message, and we will talk. I'll give you an hour-long spiel of all the details of what less is more looks like for youth ministry. One quick example, and then we'll wrap this up, is that I used to just have so many things happening, and then one day we decided, what if we put all of our stuff, all of our special events that are addition to our regular weekly programming, which includes our small groups, what if we just put all that other stuff onto, if it's worth doing on a regular youth night, okay? So if it was worth doing a big Halloween party, for example, let's do it on our regularly scheduled youth night, on our Sunday nights, okay? If it was worth doing a certain outreach event, schedule all the big extra events on the regular night of ministry. Then watch this. All of your regular volunteers are there, all of your regular students are there, and then when all your regular students are going to be there anyway, then they bring friends, boom, then you actually have a significant crowd beyond what you would normally have. We found that you do a special event on a different day and you actually have less kids than you do on your normal program, and you're like, what? This is supposed to be like a big event, and now it's smaller than our regular weekly event. So that's one tiny example of that, but I'm convinced when it comes to youth ministry programming, less is more. When it comes to relationships, more is more. That principle has proven to bear much fruit for me over the past 5 or 6 years since I've begun implementing it and applying it into my ministry. I wish I would have learned it 20 years ago, but hey, I learned it nonetheless. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you next week.